Hey guys, and welcome to Toby Talks Tech. I'm Toby, and today we're going to talk some tech. More specifically, we're going to unpack some tech, and while I'd love to pretend like you don't already know what's in the box, you probably would have seen the title of this video, so this is going to be an unboxing of the Alienware 15R3. Alienware in Australia is sold by Dell, and so it comes in this really stylish brownish box which looks pretty beaten up, so let's get that off first. This is much more what I would have expected of an Alienware laptop, but I know you're not here to see the packaging, so let's open it up. The laptop is really well packaged up. I was a little concerned about some of the dents on the box because I've had some bad deliveries of computer parts before, but with all the padding, I think that should all be fine. So let's see if we can get this laptop out. Oh, it is heavy. It is a very, very heavy laptop, but it feels really solidly built. Wow, so let's get this out. So we obviously have the Alienware laptop, the 15-inch R3, which is the latest model that you can get. Then I imagine warranties and manuals, promo card for Alienware, and then in here, cool, we've got the power supply, and yeah, it's pretty chunky. It's not as thick as I thought it was from the pictures, but it's still pretty heavy. It's a full 240 watts power supply, which you really need to power the graphics card and everything else that sits in that laptop. So that's this power supply, and I believe that's it for the box. Just so that you get a feeling for the size, because the Alienware 15 is pretty massive, here is my MacBook Pro 15-inch in comparison, and this here is my Surface Pro 4, which is a 12.3-inch laptop/tablet. So just to get a feeling for, the Alienware 15 is pretty meaty by comparison, but it also packs a whole lot more power. On one side of the Alienware, you'll have a USB-C adapter, a USB 3 adapter, as well as a microphone and a headphone jack. On the other side, I've got a lonely USB 3 port hanging out. On the back, you've got an Ethernet connector, a display port, HDMI, another USB Type-C, and then the Alienware graphics adapter, which actually allows you to connect an external graphics card in case it still doesn't have enough power for you. And that was pretty easy. Just open it up, Windows started up. Obviously Cortana talked me through a whole bunch of different Windows things that I really need, which I usually just skip over. Same with sending information to Microsoft. I usually turn all of that off. And then in the end, I'll just disable Cortana because I'm not a big fan of voice assisted help. I feel like I can handle myself on a computer. Then when Windows started up, I did register my device with Alienware just so I get warranty and supports and updates and anything else. Other than that, I'm really liking it so far. Now, it is heavy. The 15-inch is, I think it's about 3.5 kilos, probably almost 4 kilos with the components that I've put in, because I did go with the 1070 graphics cards, 32 gig of RAM. I've got an SSD and a 1 terabyte backup drive in here. Obviously, the charger itself, which I'm henceforth going to be calling the brick, adds probably about another kilo maybe to the whole package. All up, the laptop plus the charger brick probably coming at around 4.5 or so kilos now. It's not really a laptop that I'd like to have in my backpack all the time, but I'm mainly intending to use this as a portable workstation because I do a lot of video editing, so I need something with a lot of power that I can at least move from A to B and just have all my files in one place and can do video editing on it. So I can try it out and see whether it's actually got enough power and oomph to do all of the stuff that I want. But I'm really impressed with the build quality. It's a really solid build. I like the cover. It's kind of very Alienware, but it's not over the top gamified because I like games, but I don't need like an alien looking device. So this is actually, it's still quite nice and subtle. I am a big fan of the retro looking lights on the side of the laptop. They just kind of add a little bit of detail to an otherwise fairly simple device. Keyboard, I'm a big fan. It's really nice and big. Now, it doesn't have a numpad, but it's plenty of space for my fingers to type. The touchpad itself I also really like, and I really like this touchpad over some of the other ones because it's like a really smooth surface. It's more like the MacBook Pro rather than like a Dell XPS 15, which has more rubbery surface, and I feel my fingers always stick on it. And yeah, I'm actually really happy. The one thing with the Alienware though to note is that the bevel on the screen is actually really, really thick. So if you're thinking MacBook Pro, super thin bezel, a lot of screen, the Alienware has a lot of bevel and a fairly small-ish screen for the frame. It feels like they could have fit something slightly bigger in there. Obviously, I've literally just unpacked the device. I haven't actually used it much, so I can't really tell you much about what I like and don't like about it. But so far, packaging was pretty ace. Really simple. Pull it out, set it up, everything was pre-configured. The build quality is amazing. It feels really good, and it's heavy, but it's not so heavy that I couldn't carry it around with me. In terms of performance, I will have to see, because I do a lot of video editing, visual effects and 3D work, computationally very expensive. So I will do a full proper review of this device, probably on my main channel, which is Surface Studio, so youtube.com/Surface Studio. And then I'll also talk about the specs and everything else with this machine to really give you an idea of what this machine is capable of. But now, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to let you go, and I'm going to get to the fun of spending probably about a week or two installing software and all of my licenses. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. And as always, if you do have any comments, questions or suggestions, just leave them down in the section below. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, I will see you later.